and then present our guest speakers. So, information technology and study programs offered in Germany, specifically from the University Stuttgart, and INFOTECH program being presented today. The organizer of today's session is 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨 University, which is a database of study programs offered in Germany. It can be English, it can be German, or all different languages or combination of languages. So anything you want to study in Germany, you can find those programs in our study finder, which is user-friendly, and you can combine different filters to find the most relevant program in a short amount of time. Feel free to check out our articles. If you have now questions about how to live in Germany, where to find accommodation, what are the scholarship opportunities, what are the costs of living, I don't know, anything you want to know, we have articles, country-specific visa requirements, and all of that covered. And we try to assist internationals in this regard, specifically internationals, because this is English study program, even though you probably will also have German group mates, but then they don't have to apply for visa, so probably it's not that interesting for them. Also check out our webinars. You are attending a subject webinar right now, obviously you know about it, but we also have general webinars about broader topics like UniAssist, scholarships, visa, Chancencard, blocked account, and studying in Germany in general. There we have another 1 hour session divided with 30 minutes presentation, 30 minutes Q&A, usually done by me or my colleagues Kamila and Oliver. And this is our team. We are based in Hamburg, Germany. We are counseling in different languages, and we are happy to answer your questions regarding your desire to study in Germany. And our main goal is to connect you and the study program, so we do not do applications on your behalf, so we are not that service provider. All right, so now, as I told you already, if you check information technology in our subjects, you can select multiple subjects, but in this case, you can select one, and then you have all those filters available. It's not a big zoom in right now, but here you can even see all filters, and it adds all the different things. For example, you already have your IELTS or TOEFL score. Maybe you want a specific university, which should be public, or University of Applied Science, or university or technical university. So you can combine all the different filters here, and then you can even sort programs according to even some ranking, which is 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨 University ranking in terms of the programs that are being most frequently viewed. All the different options are there for you. You can always combine those filters and adjust according to your needs, because obviously you're not browsing all 337-degree programs in one go. We also have subject pages. These are for the ones who want to have an overview of what studying information technology in Germany could look like, and you have a description of the subject itself. Then here it's visible already, like how many programs are there in how many universities, about the rankings, language requirements, application admission requirements. And this is really interactive page because you have all the different graphs, and our team members are trying to make it really informative. We always advise you to check program profiles really carefully. This is the aim of subject webinars, because all programs are different, unique, and to make an informed decision, it's really important to really understand what the program is about, because then you're dedicating 2 years or 3 years, depending on the length of the program of your 2 or 3 years, and doing this program in a different country. So it's really important to have this good match. Really briefly about the universities in Germany. In Germany, there are universities and universities of applied sciences. Usually programs that are offered by universities are more research theory oriented. University of applied sciences frequently have application and practice oriented programs, but of course there are exceptions on both sides. And once again, that's the reason why we have separate webinars to understand the program content itself. One more advice is that on the example of this INFOTECH program, before applying, please always check qualification requirements. We have 2 separate sections about qualification requirements and the application documents. As soon as you meet qualification requirements, you are welcome to start collecting your application documents. In case you don't meet the qualification requirements, you need to either double check with program representatives if it's worth applying, or maybe you could also improve your grades or something so that you are eligible. So for example, for this case, it's important the previous degree and English language requirements, and later on you can also see the list of all application documents as well. All right, so now we have two guests, Meta and Katharina from the University of Stuttgart. And I'm changing slides because I want to show both of them to you.
Again, a warm welcome. Today, my colleague Katharina Geng and I, myself, Meta Gijsbus, will present you our university and the master's program INFOTECH. And I would highlight some of the aspects of our university today and also of the program. And everything related to the program itself, the content, for example, Katharina will present to you. And my main aim, or our main aim today, is actually to spark your interest for our university and for our Master INFOTECH program. Yes, Nina already mentioned it. Where is Stuttgart located? Well, it's in Germany, obviously, and it's in the southern part of Germany. You can see it on the map. And for myself, for example, I'm not originally from the Netherlands. Neither is Katharina. She's from Canada. I'm from the Netherlands. And yeah, we both decided to move to this specific part of Germany. And I will let you know why it's actually a great idea to come to Baden-Württemberg, the Bundescountry, and also to Stuttgart, because in Stuttgart, you will find a very interesting, vibrant city. It's a student city, which I always like because it's very vivid. There are a lot of things going on. It's a very secure city. And what is really, I think, one of the unique selling points of Stuttgart, it's that it's a city, but it's very close to nature. If you're in the city center, you can just look up and then you see already the forest. And really close by, you have great lakes, you have the mountains. So it's not only perfect for your studies, but also, for example, for sport activities or leisure activities. Furthermore, it's centrally located in Europe, and with the airport in Stuttgart and also the train station in Stuttgart, we are very well connected to many European cities. It's, for example, quite easy to go to Paris in 3 hours, or to Amsterdam in 5 hours, or even to Milano in Italy. So that's also, of course, very interesting, especially if you're not from Europe, I would say. And then last but not least, of course, we offer at the University of Stuttgart a very high quality of academia and research. What is so special about the Stuttgart region? Well, it's a very high-tech and innovative region. We have a lot of head of offices here, and there are many global players and also numerous small and medium-sized enterprises here. We have a very close relation to industry. We will mention that or talk about that later on as well. And yeah, it's a very innovative region in Europe, especially when it comes to startups or the expenditure on research and development, and also, for example, when it comes to patent applications. And on the right side of the slide, you can see some of the big names we have here in Stuttgart, which is very attractive for our students, especially for a program like this. Yeah, some facts and figures about our university. We have about 20,000 students who are divided among 10 faculties, and of which about 5,000 students are from abroad, so we're quite international. As I already mentioned, we have a cooperation with a large number of industry partners, but also with external research institutions, like, for example, the Max Planck Institutes or Fraunhofer Institutes, which makes it very interesting for the research part. We have about 500 partner universities worldwide, where you can, for example, where you can also do a semester abroad. Of course, if you're already coming from abroad, it might not be that attractive, but we even have master students who are not German, who decide when they are here with us in Stuttgart to go for a semester to a partner university. And we are among the top 3 universities in Germany when it comes to third-party funding per professor, which is very important, of course, for their research and also to make their teaching interesting. Award and rankings. It's often very important for our applicants from abroad to know, okay, how good is your university? Is it somewhere in the top whatever in Europe, for example? So here you see some of the rankings. Of course, there are many, many more, but we just have a short overview of some of the rankings. And what is to me really important is the latest THE World University Ranking, since we have been ranked in the engineering top 8% and computer science top 13% worldwide. We have 4 study programs in the top 150 universities worldwide, the Shanghai ranking, and we have many other very good results in the other rankings. If you're really interested in where we stand, you can have a look at the university website. There is a page where you can find all information on awards and rankings of the University of Stuttgart. Okay, I will now hand over to my colleague, Katharina Geng. She will tell you more about the program, and I will get back to you afterwards.
Okay, hello, I'm Katharina Geng. Just answering some of the questions that were coming in there. So information technology, we shorten it to INFOTECH. Meta, can you change the slide? Or I don't think I can.
Sorry, yeah, of course. Yeah, I was just, yeah.
No worries. So this is an interdisciplinary 2-year program because it combines computer science and electrical engineering. And the program is over 25 years old now. It's founded in 1999. We currently have over 200 active students, and approximately 70 to 80 new students are admitted each year. The program, because of the setup with the course catalogs that students can pick from, is very customizable. It's a very international program, probably almost entirely of international students, mostly Indian, Pakistan, Chinese, we have some Egyptian, and that's the bulk of our students, very international. And students have, because not only because of the degree itself, but also because of our location, have excellent job prospects after they complete their degree. The program has 4 main majors, I say. Communication engineering and media technology, embedded systems engineering, computer hardware software engineering, and the newest of the 4 is the intelligent methods for test and reliability. You pick one major, and you will then select your core modules based on that major, but then for your supplementary modules, it's an open catalog. Here you see a sort of example of how you can lay out your courses over the 4 semesters. The planned study duration, as you see here, is 4 semesters. Students have up to 8 semesters that they can take to complete a degree without any issue. From experience, we say it's about the average time students take is 5.5 semesters. Everyone, the first semester, you see this basic math course. Everybody has to take that. That's the one module all students have to complete. Then you have breakdown of the 120 credits. The bulk is 30 credits from your core, from your major, 30 credits supplementary, a research project with 15, and then a master thesis with, with 30. This setup here that you see is an example of how you can lay it out, with the exception of, we say, do your thesis in the last semester. Everything else is flexible. Beyond, you have to pay attention to what semester courses are offered. And for example, this advanced math course is only offered in the winter semester. So if you start in the summer semester, the earliest you could take it would be in your second semester. The research project, you can sort of see it as a mini master thesis. It's half the value. You get 1 semester to write it. You can replace it. Instead of doing the written project, you can replace it with 3 courses, 2 6-credit courses and 1 smaller seminar. And then there's a 3-credit non-technical, and these are just sort of courses, useful courses actually for general information. And we have a set catalog of what you can take for that, including information on contract law, innovation technology management, academic writing, which is fairly popular especially because it helps prep students for writing their master thesis, or business management and administration. And I've included a bit of information there, what 6 credits, the ECTS, what that involves time-wise and effort-wise. Okay, next slide. Okay, meta. These are some of the areas you might cover. So yeah, there's not much for me to explain here. Meta, do you want to say anything on this slide?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just an overview of the interesting areas we have here gathered at our university. These are some pictures of the institutes we have here at our university. Some of them, for example, EMS CHIPS is not only an institute of university, but it's a collaboration actually with industry. So there you can see that we're really well connected to industry, which makes it really interesting for our students, as they can do some research, for example, smaller projects with partners when they are connected to an institute like this, for example. We now also have an institute for artificial intelligence, and yeah, there are many interesting areas, I would say, for students who are interested in this field of studies. But if you want to have a better overview of all the institutes we have here and what they offer, I would suggest that you have a look at the department's website, and there you can find an overview of all the institutes and their research areas, for example, and their connections to industry or to other partners as well. Yeah, and yeah, sorry, also the labs. We have a very well-equipped student labs here at our university, which are very good to do do your lab courses there, for example. Yeah.
Okay. So, and then I'll take over again, moving on, looking towards future, and what kind of exposure would students have to the industry? As I mentioned, the research project. We say that the research project can be written in the industry or in an external institution. As long as the only challenge then students have, because a lot of times they find a topic in the industry they want to write, they need to find an advisor within the university to act as a co-advisor. Also, while you're here, an internship is not a part of the program, but students are free to do a voluntary internship and can take a leave of absence to do so. And this leave of absence semester does not count towards your total amount of semesters studied. So that doesn't count towards that maximum 8. So you're not losing a semester time to study. You can just take it. It's like you just pause your studies and go do the internship. And very crucial, especially if you're considering staying in Germany after your degree, is learning the German language. I mean, a lot of official documents say you need B2. Even better though, is a C1. And it's organized by Meta and her colleague in the International Service Point. We offer free introductory level German courses to our students. Usually, I think the lectures are usually in the evenings, or like 16 at 4 or 5 p.m. after the main lectures are done. You don't get credit towards a degree for these courses, but it's in your own interest, in your own development and future career opportunities to take these courses. As I mentioned, these are the introductory level German courses. And then the university's language center, you can continue on. Their courses start at about a B1 level. So these intro language courses you can take to get yourself up to get the first A1, A2, and then you can move into the language centers courses to continue on. Mette, do you have anything?
Yeah, Katarina, it's actually these courses we offer in cooperation with the language center.
Yeah.
So you can even go up to level C1, I would say. So we have introductory courses, but also so you can start right away if you want to your first semester with a A1, and then you can continue every semester with a higher level if you want to.
Yeah.
And I think we have up to at least for sure B2, but maybe even C1. But there are also other possibilities. But this is a great, I would say, a great chance for you because what Katarina already said, you don't have to pay for it. If you would normally attend a course like this, somewhere else, you would pay many hundreds of euros for a semester. And here it's just included as an extra service from our faculty, actually, for our international students, just to help them to get around, and even also if they are planning to stay, to help them to get to know the language, to learn the language, and then have also a chance to get a job here. Yes.
Yeah. So then, speaking of application admission requirements, we offer admission twice a year, winter and summer semesters. Actually, this will be right now is the application period for admission to summer semester 2026. So up until July 15th, you can currently apply for summer 2026. This will be the first time we're offering summer admission. Application for admission to, because it was actually a question I just saw, applications for admission to this coming winter term have already passed. It's no longer possible. The next is summer semester 2026. You see, the application periods are about 9 months in advance. And the point of this is to give our students the times to organize their visas and whatever formalities they need to get lined up before they can come to Germany and start university. It's direct over our online campus system. There's no uni assist. You don't need to contact an agency to do your application for you. It's very easy, very direct. You do not need to prove any German language skills. The course is completely in English. And at the time of application, you need to present your proof of English. Method of instruction, whatever people call it, MOI, is not accepted. So even though your bachelor's degree was in English, we don't accept that as proof of English. We need something like a TOEFL internet-based test, or the IELTS. TOEFL has to be at least 95, IELTS has to be at least a 7. There's basically proving a C1 proficiency. On our website, you can find a list of all of the types of testing we accept. Yeah, that's the main thing, I think, yeah. Mm-hmm. Currently, for non-EU students, the tuition is 1,500 a semester. And then there's, on top of that, there's semester fees of about 185 euros. Housing on campus or in the city ranges in price, low end 300 to 350, up to about 500. It's because it's shared accommodations. Individual apartments will be much higher than that, but as we say, stick with, and it's also the best way to get to learn new people, learn more about the culture, would to be living in a shared accommodation. We don't offer directly any scholarships. One of the main things we can say is look into the DAAD. They're one of the main sources of scholarships especially for international students. Once you're into the program, there are the Deutschlandstipendium that a lot of students apply for during their studies, and that's 300 euros a month for a year, I believe. But those are things that you can only apply for once you're already in the program. Then we have a couple of prizes or scholarships for academically strong students that have shown to be very academically strong and perform very well. A lot of our students get jobs. Either as we call them 𝘱𝘢𝘳𝘳𝘈s, basically those are student assistants within the university, and the different institutes and research organizations involved with the university. Then there's what we call a Werkstudent. There's like a working student contract. Those are with in the industry. A lot of people with 𝘱𝘬𝘪, Bosch, those kind of companies that get contracts as a student. Yeah, there's a lot of work, and that's just, and those are just looking at sort of more sort of industry related to your field of studies jobs. I mean, obviously there's other student jobs that people can get as well. You just need to pay attention to your residence permit and the limitations that are outlined. Generally, we say 20 hours a week during the semester you can work. Okay.
All right, then I will continue. Thank you, Katarina. Yes, as already mentioned before, we have a very extensive support for our international students, not only at the central university level, but also at the faculty level. But I will just start with our international office. It's your main point of contact when you arrive here or when you have any questions on forehand. There are many colleagues there who can help you with different issues, from visa issues till housing till whatever you name it. So they're very skilled, very friendly, and open to any questions you might have. And what they do proactive is that they offer online information sessions before you arrive. They have a welcome day at the international office, which you can see on the picture. They have, of course, also help, orientation, guidance after you have arrived in Stuttgart. There's an overview at their website when you have been accepted to one of the programs at the University of Stuttgart, what to do next, for example. So they guide you through the first steps. Then they have a very interesting intercultural program, which has been awarded last year for their excellent support to international students by the German government, actually. So they got a prize for their intercultural program, which has been now, I think, they have been offered it for many, many years now. This is a peer-to-peer program, and yeah, you can get help from your peer students there. And what is new is that there's a new program, not only at our university, but we're one of the universities who got funding from DIAD to help international students, not only with their studies, to be successful with their studies, but more actually to help them for their career orientation in Germany, and yeah, to help them to get a, or not really to get a job directly, but how to apply in Germany. What are the do's and don'ts? They give workshops and many, many things you can attend to support you when you're looking for a job, and when in Germany, when you're planning to stay here. And then at the faculty level, since we have so many international students at our faculty, we have an international service point as well for our international students, and that's actually the main contact point at our faculty. If you're an international student and you don't know, for example, whom to contact, or when you have questions about your application or whatever. So it's me, and it's also my colleague Laura Bush, and we have also a student assistant. So there's always someone who will be answering the many emails we get, the inquiries we get from prospective students, but also from applicants. And that's just one thing we do, but we also organize for our enrolled students social events, student activities. We offer, of course, for our enrolled students also personal counseling or support, or just, yeah, if you don't know whom to contact, for example, you can always contact us and we'll guide you through university, or redirect you to the right person. What we also do is that we are supporting the introductory lectures. So we're presenting ourselves and the things we do for you during the introductory lectures of the programs. We have a welcome event each semester for newly enrolled students. And what we already mentioned before, we offer these study-related German language courses for our international students in cooperation with the Language Center, and yeah, which is a great opportunity to learn some German, which is really recommended. Although a lot of companies have as a working language English, it is still in Germany, I would say, more than maybe in other countries, a big plus if you learn German. So I would really recommend you, if you are planning to maybe stay in Germany afterwards, stay in this interesting region, then yeah, sign up for these free courses. Katie, maybe you can tell something about the special buddy program you have for your students.
Yes. So for the INFOTECH students, we set up our own buddy program. The international office also offers a buddy program, but it's limited in the amount of, it doesn't always provide as much sort of support, especially with the pickup service and the support with the formalities. And that's something I wanted to help our students with. So we set up this buddy program, and it's current INFOTECH students that act as buddies to sort of act as mentors to our newly arriving students. Especially at the beginning of the semester. I mean, they'll be there if you can apply, and you can say, yes, I'd like to have somebody come pick me up from the airport in Stuttgart or the train station in Stuttgart and show me how to get to my apartment or my accommodations where I'm staying at the beginning. And I'd like to have somebody that knows a bit about the whole procedure, what I have to do when I go to the foreign office, or when I go here, or when I go there. And that's why we set up this program, to say, okay, these people are here, they're here to support you, and also to get you, that you meet other INFOTECH students that are already here. They know from their own experience exactly what you're going through. Try to organize some events. I mean, some of the pictures here, they went to the 𝘗𝘪𝘵 Museum. The big group picture there is, we did, usually when the kickoff event that we do at the beginning is a campus tour. They've gone to the Mercedes Museum, they've gone to the Christmas markets here, they've gone, I think they've gone wandering, sort of had like Stammtisch, like regular meetings, and it's just something we like to support. And yeah, so it's there for the students to use as they need.
Perfect. Okay, then we already come to the end of our presentation, and yeah, here you can see our contact details. The slides will be provided to you afterwards, and we're very happy to answer any inquiries you might have after the webinar, but also, of course, now during the webinar. So thank you very much for your attention.
Also, thank you for taking questions in between, and yeah, I see we will have a nice discussion because lots of interest is visible. At least we will have to answer 12 questions that I already see now. Let me take the first that I see now. Do you recommend a specific specialization for applicants stronger in software than hardware?
That depends on, as I mentioned, it depends on the student. Look at what we have. You pick the courses you're interested in taking. So it's not like one is, you can weight the programs as you wish. The only thing we say is if it's half your courses need to be computer science, the other half have to be electrical engineering. And I'd say if you really want to, best thing would be go on our website under program. I have a link to the curriculum in campus where you can see the different courses that are included that students can pick from for their core, their major that they want to pick, and all the supplementary or the elective modules that they can pick from, and then they can get a better idea of what courses are available to them.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Is it possible to receive an exception for the English requirement if I have a 7 from IELTS, but it has expired recently However, I have medium of instruction from my bachelor's degree. It's impossible at this point to pass an exam until 15 July.
I would say something like that. You'd have to contact us, get in touch with us. How long has it been expired? I mean, some say sort of rule of thumb is as long as it's still valid during the application, at the point of application. But I mean, if it literally expired at the beginning of this year, then we can work with that. MOI, medium of instruction, is not accepted. And for nationals from English-speaking countries, if you go on our website, we have a list of countries that are exempted from the needing to provide proof of language, and we only accept nationals from these countries. Because I know there's a lot of people come, yeah, my main language in my country is yes. Unfortunately, we have this list that we have, and those are the ones we accept. Best thing is to check our website. Yeah. I'm trying to think. There was a lot of discussion about grades, the minimum grades.
Yeah.
Again, I keep saying go to our website. I've tried to include a lot of information, make it very easy and understandable what we require for applications in the application process. So if you go onto our website under application, you'll see requirements and you'll see roadmap for applying. And those are the two main sites that will really help you and explain, should hopefully answer any questions the applicant has. First off, when you're applying, please provide the grade you received from your bachelor institution and the grade scale in which that they assign grades. Do not try to convert it to a German grade on your own. Let us worry about that. That's mentioned on the website. And we have on the website also the listing of, someone asked, is the minimum grade? We say the converted to the German grade is approximately a 2.5 is the minimum we accept. And so the German grades go 2, 2.1, 2.3, 2.5, 2.73. Yeah, so that there's somebody was asking, well, what about a 2.4? No, there's just, you look at the way German grades are assigned, 2.2, 2.1, 2.3, 2.5, 2.7, and then a 3. Also, a lot of questions. To apply for the INFOTECH program, you need a Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Electrical Engineering, or similar. So I'm sorry, but a Bachelor of Administration is not going to be accepted. You need to have a solid foundation at a Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Electrical Engineering, Bachelor of Technology will provide you to be able to successfully complete this program. Okay.
Great plus, actually, for example, there was a question about what distinguishes our university. And that's, for example, a big plus, I would say, about the programs for example, at our faculty. It's that, of course, you have your major, but still you can really decide yourself where you want to put your focus on, where you want to gain deeper skills, or so that's not always the case. It's often that you have a program and it's more or less that you have to do the courses which are offered, but here you have a really big range actually where you can choose from courses which suit your interests.
There was a question, will I need to submit your specific proof of programming experience?
If you have the GRE, you can submit it as an extra document, but it's not actually one of our, I think, required documents. We need your bachelor degree, proof of your bachelor degree, your bachelor transcripts, proof of English, APS if you're from one of the countries that requires it. And also there's links within the application form. You'll find a link on our website. You'll find the link, and we've mentioned it. It's called an adjunct form. That's an extra online form that you fill out. A PDF will be generated from this online form, and we need you to submit that PDF with your application. But I mean, it's mentioned in the application form in campus and on our website, especially, for example, on our website, on our page, Roadmap to Applying, I really try to break it down step for step. What documents do you need and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe just also some additional information. There was also a question about if you have, for example, background which is not relevant, but you have a professional background in a relevant field, this unfortunately
This is not enough.
is not enough, because you have to have a bachelor degree which is relevant. And it's also in your own interest, because otherwise it will be very, very hard to complete a program like this. So this is just not a random requirement. It's just also to protect yourselves for applying for a program or enrolling for a program which will be hard to finish.
Mm-hmm.
It can, of course, be an add-on. Like if you have, if you're fulfilling the requirements, it's always good if you have relevant working experience, for example, to put this in your application. So this can be like an extra for your application, just to stand out, for example. But unfortunately, it's not enough as a requirement for eligibility.